Some of you have probably been looking up at the thing and been like, "There's no quests here," and I'm just like, I'm disappointed if there's not. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dying Light. Today we have a topic to talk about, and it's got me fucking excited as hell. Dying Light 2 was just officially announced at E3. I don't know if it, obviously it wasn't just officially announced, but, I just, from the official Dying Light Twitter, I got a whole, I got a notification, because I have notifications turned on for that. I fucking love this game. And it had their, announcement information. Okay, that's fucking weird. There you are. Okay, so I don't know why it had me throw that. I didn't ask to throw that at all. So for me, that is like the best possible news, because I love this game. Like, as you can tell, I've played this game a lot. I've always loved this game since the moment I got it, since the moment I heard about it, and so after that, I was just like, yeah, I want to hear about any news for this game. Including, but not limited to, a second game coming out. Which, the fact that a second game has been announced is amazing. Apparently, it takes place 15 years after the initial outbreak. So, as you can probably guess, no cure. No cure was, came about from the research. Or, if a cure did come about, like, obviously I'm just theorizing, like, I don't know this. If a cure did come about, it wasn't possible to distribute properly due to a lack of resources or something, or someone destroyed it. Like, obviously, that's, again, I'm throwing ideas into the works because I have no idea. But I don't need to keep speaking so fast. I can calm down a little bit. As you can tell, I'm a bit excited about this. I love Dying Light, but we're going upstairs because I think there's quests upstairs. But like one of the major things that's different about this game compared to the first one is, like, it's heavily choice driven. Like, there's a lot of choices that and they will actually affect everything, like the world around you, everything. And I find that amazing. Like, I love that. Like, anytime I've come across a choice driven game, like, especially in like story driven ones, I wish, like,
Gretel shoved the wicked witch into the oven and burned her up. She and her brother Hansel were now.
Okay, she's telling the story of Hansel and Gretel. Some of you have probably been looking up at the thing and been like, "There's no quests here," and I'm just like, I'm disappointed if there's not, because I thought there should be. I've never actually bothered to come out here. I didn't realize how nice of a like a loft area sort of thing this was. For like this particular apartment, I guess, like the corner apartments get some more real estate in a way. Or maybe there was, and as I said, I lost access to them during the time in which I was doing quests with my friend. That's always an option. I don't know if that's what happened. I don't know if that's what happened, as I said. Okay, so I'm gonna head to Old Town, I guess, and see if there's anything there.
Come here. I've got a special.
But it's in the trailer for the mechanic that they demonstrated, like, you could choose, like, you were doing a mission for a group called the Peacekeepers, to get a hold of some water that these two survivors were hoarding. I don't know what's over there, but we're gonna head out to it, whatever it may be. Fucking shit. Okay, I have no idea what just happened. Okay, okay, that explains some stuff. I'm gonna have to be careful about that. Okay, so as I mentioned a while back, I discovered the 2 new mouse buttons. Apparently, with the way I have that set up, oh no, I get it. I'm gonna go fix that real quick. Okay, the issue was being caused by the fact that I had like the test that I did was a multi-key macro sort of thing set up. So because of that, anytime I clicked it, Dying Light would register all of that keybind instead of just one click. So it would, since it was stuff like since it was saying stuff like testing, test, this is just a test to see if this works, sort of thing. It was throwing my weapon, kicking, and opening the inventory, and all at once. It was weird. But say you chose to fulfill the Peacekeepers thing, like fulfill what they were after, no matter whether it meant killing the 2 survivors or successfully negotiating with them. Thank you for the blueprint. That would change how the world went. Like, say if you successfully negotiated, I don't know, the 2 options that they gave were, if you killed them, like you fulfilled the Peacekeepers thing, no matter the cost. Then you got Peacekeepers got more control. The water was more available, and like people morale was greater, and
Did
everything.
you hear that loud music? Someone turned it up on purpose. I wonder why. That guy must have a death wish.
Okay, I don't remember this one too well. Like I know the quest, but I don't remember it too well. That makes sense. But like I don't remember too much of the details on what happened. Like, because again, there wasn't many details. This was like the first time the mechanic's been being revealed, as far as I know. So, like, obviously it's not completely completely functional. It's like, but it like in the gameplay trailer, like, well, the announcement trailer, things got it showed the city completely different. Like in one, it was burning, like really burning. In another, it was completely like roads everywhere. Roads everywhere with windmills set up, and like I don't remember a third one because I didn't remember it.
You. He has waited a long time.
Sounds like you've met him.
He once sought my visions for his advantage, but I will not share my gift with such a man as him. With you, I will.
How much will that cost?
The price will be high, but your payment will not be to me. Now you will go to the river. There is a pungent nightshade that reveals itself only in the moonlight. The smolder of its embers enables the seeker to pierce the veil.
All out, are we?
Bring me several stalks of this plant.
Maybe I will. But in the meantime, you should shut off the music. It draws attention.
Nothing enters that I do not wish. Now, I must prepare my mind.
He's kind of like Dahlia. Like, I get the same vibe from him, except for he's not trying to control me like Dahlia was. I don't know if I've done those quests in here. Yeah, I don't think I did those quests on video, but I don't think I have access to them anymore because I played with my friend in my friend's game. Which, like, unfortunate, but like as I've said before, I've played this game several times. I just wanted to share my experience in playing Nightmare Mode because this is the first time I've played Nightmare Mode. And I love this game, so I wanted to be able to play more of it at the same time. But the more I looked into it a bit more, and like I was like, because I was a bit concerned. I was like, are they sacrificing the co-op for this whole choice thing? And I looked, like, I'm looking through the Twitter thing, because obviously, like, it's not something they answered at E3. Because I don't know, I don't even know if there was anyone speaking at E3 on behalf of Techland for Dying Light. I think it was just a reveal, in a sense. Okay, that was weird. That was some frame drops. Shut off. But when someone had actually asked this on the official Twitter, they were like, "Is the game still going to be co-op?" Because like I don't think it'd feel like the same game in any way if I couldn't play it with either friends or like in my case my significant other. Like that's what the person said. But that I don't have a significant other, so that's not a concern for me. But what was a concern? I was like, it's going to be harder for me to convince people to buy this game because I won't be able to list the fact that we can play together as a reason to come to buy it, like for anyone. And thus, like I hate how they disappear after you've collected enough of them. So they on the Twitter they actually said, yeah, it is going to be co-op. There'll be a bit more details on that later. Like we'll give more details on that later. So I'm hoping that it's going to be full 4-player co-op because like this one is. But from the gameplay, I can definitely say that the parkour is, like, it's already amazing in this game, and they cleaned it up even more. It feels more fluid, at least, and it looks like it feels more fluid.
Place the stalks in the brazier, and we will begin.
Okay.
Now what happens?
Speak no more. The rising sun will lead you to the fountain of crying blood. Near the place where people are speaking tongues, you must follow the red trail to be enlightened. Under the deceitful number 9, the shadow of a self-proclaimed king will be waiting for you. The king with whom you shall have to fight. You'll find out who he is and what his weaknesses are. When the time comes, you will take his crown or die.
Okay, that's some pretty harsh stuff, my dude. But I don't actually remember this. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. But I'm hoping, like, it's been a long time since I've encountered the fog effect. It's actually pretty amazing. I forgot that that I love the fog effect, even though I hate it.
Freeze! I said freeze! I really need those suppressants.
Like both the fog effect both pisses me off as well as reminds me that how much I love this game. But in the trailer they had obviously I don't think you're playing as Crane because it's 15 years after the initial outbreak, and I honestly think that the following is being thrown out in some ways because Crane's not there and the place still exists. Or maybe Crane has chosen death due to becoming whatever he became. Like, I really don't know. Like, there'll probably be more details later, more information on the story. I'm hoping there will be, at least. Okay, that's not working. Okay, strange. Follow clues from the what's Rising sun, leading me to a fountain of blood.
Fountain of crying blood. Guess that's what that is. People speaking tongues. The hotel would have been full of foreigners. Maybe that's it.
So let's go inside, which is wonderful. People were complaining that there's a lot of stuff at E3 that it doesn't look great, and I'm like, everything that I have bothered to pay attention
He's
to.
either clairvoyant or I'm being set up. Guess the deceitful 9 must be a room number then.
This one makes me laugh. We will. Nope, we can't open this. I'm pretty sure we'll need. Something. $104. What's down here? 102. Okay, so we need to go the other way. 103. 105.
107 is the last room.
Oh, no, 7's the last room, so we're going up, still. But everything I have heard about, and I actually cared about for E3 it has been amazing for me. Cause it's games that I've been either looking forward to, I've wanted more of Dying Light.
Deceitful 9, of course. How do I find a key in all this mess?
Okay, now I need a key. Buckles. Staff rooms. Okay, so I assume that's a key to something down here. Staff rooms, right? Okay. But, Dying Light is something that I've wanted more of, and that's why I was happy. I was happy to get the content drops, regardless of how little actual content they added, because I wanted more Dying Light. Regardless of whether it was something that overly amazing, I wanted more Dying Light. And so when I got the notification, hey, there's about
Deceitful 9, of course.
Okay. Huh. Interesting. This appears to be where someone was staying for some sort of reason. It's got Rise's stuff.
This was Rice's room. He must have set up shop here when the epidemic first began.
Okay, now I can just leave. But another thing that I heard about during E3 is something I've been looking forward to for a long time. Ever since I first heard about it, I was like, this is something I want to play. Anthem, the game Anthem, was I heard more about it during not at E3. I didn't go personally, but during E3 conferences, stuff was Anthem was talked about very and I got a lot more details than I had previously, including stuff about one. It's not connected to Earth apparently. Which, I don't know how I feel about that. It's its own world, but one of the things that I was ecstatic about was to find out an actual release date. It's supposed to come out February 22nd of 2019, so it's not too far into the future, but it's far enough that I can actually consider saving up the $60 to get it. I don't know if Dying Light 2 had a release date of any sort, like an estimated sort of thing. If it did, I'm gonna have to go look into that. Like, if someone knows if there is one and they're watching this, place it in the comments down below. But it's for me, just the fact that there was more. What you gotta say for yourself? Nothing? Okay, dude's not gonna say anything to us. Okay, that's disappointing. So I guess that's gonna be it for gameplay. But tell me in the comments below, what sort of stuff are you guys looking forward to at that was announced or mentioned at E3? Like, I personally am looking forward to heavily Dying Light 2, Anthem, and a couple other titles that I don't know the exact names of, because it's like Anthem and Dying Light 2 are like up here. Those other titles are like down on the floor in comparison, but they're still the floor isn't the bottom in this case, which if you understand that, that's great. But I personally, I'm ecstatic. I love getting games that are story driven. I love, like, it. If co-op is optional, if it's not forced multiplayer, I love that. Like, because I'm not a big fan of forced multiplayer. Like, that's one of the reasons that even though I like the game, Overwatch sticks to my low end of my recommended games spectrum. Like, if you have it, I will ask you to play with me. If you don't have it, I won't suggest you buy it, because I'm not a fan of forced multiplayer. I like single player experiences. I like story, which makes Anthem and Dying Light 2 both amazing games for me, because they're story driven, and Dying Light, like, they're both choice driven in this case, because Dying Light wasn't originally a choice driven game. Like, there was a narrative and that was it. But the second one, it's like my choices are going to affect the game. It's going to make it, despite, like, when I go to record it, because obviously I'm going to record it or stream it or something, like, that's going to make everything, it's going to be my playthrough. It's not going to be similar to anyone else's. It's not going to just be, this is my 100% playthrough, and it's nearly identical to everyone else's, except for the order I do stuff. No, it's going to be, this is my playthrough. This is how I chose to do things, and I'm going to face the consequences of whatever choice I make, and it's going to be amazing because of that. Granted, as it was, you do still have to take into account, it may not be as great as it sounds. So I'm gonna keep my eye out, make sure that things are, like, looking good, make it knowing what I'm getting into, but I'm not one for pre-orders. I very rarely do it. I think I've pre-ordered a grand total of 3 games in my life. This is the first time there has been 2 games I want to pre-order in a single year. Ever. And this is the first time I'm validly considering actually doing it, because that's how much I want to play those games. If let me know you all's opinion on both games. Like, if you haven't heard of Anthem, look into it, and then let me know what you think of it. Like, obviously, if you're watching this, you've heard of Dying Light, so look into Dying Light 2, and let me know what you guys' opinions on the subjects are down in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, leave a dislike if you didn't, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye, guys!